What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blueclouds TV. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to everyone out there watching the show live on Blueclouds Media YouTube channel. We are back live again, discussing everything Chelsea FC and some important news in the Premier League that needs some attention. And like I said, today is going to be very, very important news that I want to share with you. And my question is, Nico Williams. Could Nico Williams be Chelsea's next Eden Hazard? Reports suggest a summer move for is really brewing. We can look at the sensational. We're gonna break down the incredible season of the Atletico Bilbao youngster Nico Williams, his stats and potential competition. Join us as we do that on this platform. We're going to look at Nico Williams' transformation, Nico Williams' family, how they were able to make it to Bilbao, the journey from where they were moving from to where. If you don't know much about Nico Williams, you got to stay true in this news. Now I'm going to review more about Nico Williams and why the move for Nico Williams and the link to Nico to Stamford Bridge looks very, very imminent, or would I say look very, very promising. There's a lot there that we all have to look into. Nico Williams could be a move that Chelsea, as it's been reported in the previous streams many times, that Chelsea were looking at Nico Williams even last summer transfer window. So it's not just this transfer window. They've been looking at Nico Williams last summer, last previous window, but it looks like this summer will be the time, the breakout time for Nico Williams to join the football club. Apparently, there has been lots of players that will be going out in the summer transfer window. Raheem Sterling apparently is one of them. So if your question is going to be who is going to replace Nico Williams, yes, there is going to be a replacement for Nico. So DJ Sav came on the show and he said that big up me, thought I gave my opinion on Nico Williams. Excellent talented player. We'll have him at Chelsea. Okay, let me click on it. We'll have him at Chelsea. However, with Sterling, Modric, Noni Madueke, Hutchison, and the young Portuguese winger. That is what DJ has that concern with all these players in there. Do we need him? I've also been told his dream to play for Barcelona and will opt for them if they should come in for him. My question, Barcelona have financial issues. Barcelona have the difficulties, financial issues, and there are a lot of players that they want for the football club, but apparently they cannot. Chelsea could be in for him. Who knows? But there's a big story out there. Steven said that DJ Barca struggled to sign players because the money issue. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was saying. Barcelona cannot sign 43 years old, Nico Williams. Nico Williams, like I said, but there is a very very big story there, and I'm gonna review. We're gonna go through the story, the struggles, and why the link of Nico Williams looks very very very, you know, stronger and stronger and stronger. Hopefully, maybe we might see him in the summer window based on what I'm going to tell you on the Nico story. So, guys, if you're in there with me, not sure if Steven, if you're free and you want the link, let me know. Send me a message in Discord, and I will. I think okay, there's a message there. I haven't seen it. Let me see. Oh, okay. I'll send a link to you, and then you can join me over here. Then we can go through that. I wasn't so sure if you're free, but if you requested for it, it means that you have a time on your side, and you should get it. And then we can also talk about the other information that you sent to me. So, guys, if you're there, yeah, we got a lot for you to discuss on the show today. So, hang in there. We'll be right back in just a second. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. My name is Nick Zion, the host for the show. My co-host Stephen G will be joining me here in a second, and we're talking about Nico Williams. Could Nico Williams be Chelsea's next Eden Hazard? Reports suggest a summer move is brewing. We break down his incredible season with Atletico Bilbao, his statistics, and the potential competition. Join the debate. Let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are. And please do not forget, it's very important. When you join the show and you're entertained, you like the content, you like the debate, the conversation, the only thing you can do to help the show is drop a like on the video, or maybe share the video or subscribe to it if you haven't. So that will help. Let me get that out of the way before we get to the nitty-gritty of the show today. Steven is here with me. I gotta drop my headphone on. If I'm alone, I don't need a headphone, but once I have someone, not just someone, but a co-host, Steven, that I have to put a headphone on so I can hear him talk. Steven G, how are you doing, sir?
Yeah, doing good, doing good. Just got my laptop or StreamYard bugging out and being slow at the moment. So if I miss something, just bear with me.
All right, no problem. Steven said DJ's Barcelona struggle to sign players because of the money issue. I already missed it. Okay, okay. Yeah, I got that one. I didn't see it. Sometimes when I'm, because of the multitasking, so many things to do, I
Yeah.
don't pay so much
I
attention.
saw that you'd gone live. I was like, oh, I better like message because I haven't seen you send the link.
No, I haven't. I haven't. But yeah, anyway, Steven G.
Hmm.
Today's topic, I know you have a series of topics you want to go through also, but let's get to the main topic. And then once we're done, we can look at other topics that is, I mean, it's related to Chelsea, or even if it's not related to Chelsea, we can get into it. So I started the stream a bit early because I have a watch along, like I did yesterday. Yesterday I did two streams. Yesterday and today I'll be probably doing the same thing for today. So Nico Williams has been heavily linked again to Chelsea. Anything you want to say on that
Yeah,
before I
he
get
was
to the
linked
story?
recently, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, a while he's been coming each and every week. After every 2 weeks, it pop up again. So it means that there's a heavily linked there.
Yeah. I'm personally not sure. I'm gonna try and get the stats up if my laptop is gonna let me do it. But I don't think they were that impressive from when I last looked. I'm just trying to get it up now.
All right.
Um,
Whilst you're getting that, let me lay down some of
mhm.
these stories and why these young players are making so much history in terms of the parents and everything. I'll take the background. I'll take you guys through the background where Nico Williams is coming from. If you're watching me live, I'm very happy for you for have you guys here on the show. The relationship, Nico Williams were born parents of Maria and Felix Williams. Those two are Ghanaians and they've left the country to better their life. They left the country for a greener pasture, put it that way. But before you can make it to where they are now, I'm going to take you guys through the journey. It's not an easy journey. If you haven't seen the Sahara Desert before, the length and breadth of the Sahara Desert and how dangerous it is, you'll be wondering. You're gonna look at these parents or these parents of Nico Williams and Naki Williams and say, "Well done." These parents can never ever forget their parents or what they've done. Even in the course of the traveling, there was something at stake. Now I'll tell you. Maria Williams and Felix Williams left the country of Ghana to make it up to Spain, and the journey they went through the north of Africa. That's the Sahara Desert, very huge desert, very hot and scorchy. They went through it, and can you imagine? It's a risky journey. The mother of Inaki Williams and Nico Williams made that journey barefooted. Yeah, she made that journey barefooted. The father has something on, the mother has no shoes, nothing on. And she was carrying in Nico Williams at that time when she was making the journey through the desert. They made it to North America and North Africa before they left North America and North Africa to Spain. Because I know when you're in Morocco, you can see Spain. It's not far off Morocco and Spain. You can see the lights in Spain. And they made their journey from Morocco to Spain. It wasn't that easy. If you don't know what the Sahara Desert look like, guys, it is very, very. It's not an easy journey from North Africa to Abando, Bilbao. Once they settled there in Abando, the father realized that there was something is needed to be done. So the father left Ibando. I think they settled nearby where a place where they call if I can remember the is it Pamplum? I think a Pamplum, if I can remember. That is
Pampaloma or something.
yeah,
I got it on my
Paloma.
screen. I just lost it. I'm trying to
Okay,
find it again.
if I can remember, that's where they settled. So the father left Spain to England. How wonderful is that? London, to be precise. Nowhere
Pamplona.
else but London. What was that? Papilloma. Was that a name?
Pamplona.
Pamplona. Okay,
Pamplona.
beautiful. So that is where they settled. They settled there, and the father left Spain to London. And Hobio, he was working. I think he ended up doing the job where they call it the turnstile. The turnstile is it's like a little section where it allows individual to go through. It's like a I don't know I don't know how to explain it better, but it's like a little thing they set up where when it's you can find this at airports, train stations, football stadiums and stuff
What was
like
it?
that.
Turnstile.
Turnstile, yeah, turnstile. That was where he
Yeah.
was working during match games. So when Chelsea's playing, the father was working there. So the father already fall in love with Chelsea, has already fallen in love. So that love is right there. So I won't be surprised if Nico Williams, the young talented player that plays for Atletico Bilbao, more also first time Atletico Bilbao have won the Copa del Rey. They've won the Copa del Rey this season with Ernesto Valverde. Ernesto Valverde, yeah, that's the name. The manager that used to be for Barcelona. So it hasn't been an easy journey for these parents and their player. I mean their kids. So there is a connection there. The father loved Chelsea, and don't be surprised if you see Nico Williams playing for Chelsea one day because he wants to see his kids wearing the yellow, I mean the blue jersey
Blue.
on the field. So that's something that I want you guys to know why this link and the news keep popping up and popping up. And apparently, I said earlier on that Chelsea were in for him last summer. They've been monitoring the situation of the progress of Nico Williams last summer, And I mean the past 2 seasons now, the past 2 seasons. So, big up to Mount like Saski Guna. They say the story of Alfonso Davies and family coming Liberia. Absolutely, yes. I did said that the other day also. Alfonso Davies is a Liberian, but he was born in Ghana in a camp called the Bujumbura camp. I know that very, very well because I go through there every day when I'm going to school. That time I was in high school during midterms and full time. Bujumbura camp is right on the right hand side, and I passed through there. That was a refugee camp during the Civil War under Charles Taylor and Joe during that time when Liberia were in a civil war. Ghana hosted Liberians at that time. So Alfonso David grew up from Ghana, but then they made a move from Ghana to Canada, and that's how he also found a greener pasture with experience. So it happens. Good stories for these people. Liberian to Ghana refugee camp, and brought up in Edmonton, Canada, and to be a superstar playing at Emirates last night and bring a World Cup to Canada. Yeah, big up to Saski Guna said that an impressive story. Absolutely. It is very, very impressive. A lot of people have story to tell. No one knows the whole entire story until we dig into it to bring the stories up. Stephen, over to you. I've been speaking for too long. So yeah, what do you make of this fascinating story, Stephen?
I mean, you hear about these stories a lot. I mean, what it takes for people to try and move to get a better life for their children and stuff like this. They obviously felt that going to Spain was the best option. And look, fair play to them, fair play to anyone who moves from what they know, because obviously Ghana is all they know. That's where they're from, that's where they grew up, that's all they know. And they decided that it was time for them to leave to try and better their life and have a better life for their children. And you got to respect it.
Absolutely. It wasn't an easy journey, Stephen. In the course of the journey, the mother was pregnant for Nico Williams at that time. Pregnant for that little boy. And made Stephen, you haven't seen how dangerous the Sahara Desert is. If you don't know how to cross that, you have to find someone who knows the desert to cross the desert with you. Because you can get missing by strong wind. You'll be covered with the desert sand, or you can get bent out. You can get go through drought, no water, nothing. Thousands of people die on that desert. So that alone, not even making it, crossing the Sahara Desert alone, I hold up and then I take off my hat. If I have a hat, I'll take it off and respect that woman, respect that wonderful woman for making that journey, pregnant at the same time with Nico Williams. It's not an easy journey.
Yeah, as you said, it's impressive. Like they done it, they did what they thought was for the best.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could have sworn that when I last looked at his numbers, they weren't that impressive for this season. And then I've just looked them up. I've sent them to you as well. For this season in the league and the Copa del Rey, which are only two competitions that he's played in, and then all seasons in all competitions, including the youth, because I couldn't be bothered to try and cut it out because there's still youth ones involved where he was coming into the first team, and then only in La Liga every season. So his first full season in La Liga was 2021-22. He's currently 21, so he would have been about 19, 18.
Yeah.
Played 34 games. I don't know how many of those are starts. I would have to look deeper into it. But he got no goals or assists. Last season, 36 appearances, got 6 goals, 5 assists. This season, he's played 24 games in La Liga. He's got 3 goals, 9 assists. So his goal numbers are 3 less in 12 less games, and his assist numbers are up by 4 in 12 less games. What I did also...
It's on the screen, so... Well,
yeah, I don't know if you'd had it up or not.
Yes,
what I did also notice was when I was looking at it, he got, I think it was 3 assists in his last 5 La Liga games. So that's obviously helped inflate the numbers a bit as well. But who knows? He's still developing. He's only 21 years old, as I said. Ideally, for me, I want someone who's more experienced if we're signing someone. But at the same time, as I always say to you, for me, experience isn't just about the age, it's also about the appearances. I need to
Yeah.
look into how many of those games he's played as starts. But to play 96 games, whether how many are starts or not, I don't know. I'd have to check. But at 21 to play 96 games is still impressive. Bro's got a better disciplinary record than Nico Jackson. Bro,
Steven,
11
everyone.
yellow cards and 1 second yellow card, yeah? Which
Yeah.
means obviously he got sent off. In 96 games in the league. Jackson's on 9 and he's not been here a season yet.
And not even the holes, not even if the season is
Bro,
not even done. It's
Jackson's
already
got 2 less yellow cards in the Prem. To be fair, most of the Jacksons are for arguing. I don't know what Nico Williams is
unnecessary
for.
cards,
So.
unnecessary.
Bro, it's so dumb. After the first couple of times, you should be like, okay, so I know I'm getting in trouble if I argue with the ref or I like do a sign to say like give him a yellow. I know I'm getting in trouble for that. So why continue doing it? But yeah, my point is, look, good disciplinary record. His numbers are going up this season. Obviously, he's older. He's got more experience in the league as well. So naturally, you'd hope for some progression there. But as we always say, numbers aren't the be all and end all. Yes, he's an attacker, so you want those numbers, but it's also about overall performance because you can play poorly and still contribute.
Yeah.
Or you can play really well and not contribute. So I
mean,
wish I'd
one
seen more
example
games
could
of him,
be
but
one
I haven't.
example
So.
could be what's his name? Timo Werner contributes a lot, but he doesn't score the goals.
Yeah, I guess at times he does, yeah. And then sometimes he's the complete opposite as well.
Yeah.
By the way, I know it's not on the topics because we didn't know this.
Yeah, go
Well,
ahead.
we knew that the players were gonna return to training today. There's pictures of Malo Gusto in training today, so he should be available for the weekend. Well, I say the weekend, it's actually Monday night. So Gusto's actually in training. So it seems like everything's all right after. I think he missed the last game through illness.
Yeah,
Correct me if I'm wrong.
was it illness or was it a little setback?
No, I think it was illness because I think, if I remember rightly, I think Poch said that he'd been ill before the last 2 games, but he was able to get through it. So it was kind of like a rest and stuff. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. All right. So, where are we? Where are we? Where are we? You want to take us through the report from Ben Jacobs on Tony? This price tag again. Is that real? Is that 30 to 43
That
million?
wasn't Ben Jacobs. That was Florian Plettenberger, Sky Germany.
Okay. Should we take that price tag seriously?
I wouldn't be surprised if it is.
Oh yeah, so you have Plettenberg report and then Ben Jacob report on the Blue Coal owners. Which
yeah.
Okay.
So that's where
Take
you've
us
got
through.
confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Take us through.
Technically not on owners, but on us getting the Stoll Foundation, it's now official. But yeah, I get what you mean. But yeah, on the whole thing that you were saying about Ivan Toney, I wouldn't be surprised because think about it, right?
Mhm.
We're hearing, it could be 80, it could be 70 all this year. But obviously there's only a certain number of clubs that are going to be able to pay that fee, right?
Yeah.
So, let me put it to you like this. This is the best way I can put it. If you're a business, yeah, what is the best, I say business, if you're a football club and there's a player that you know has interest, what is the best way for you to get more money for them? Is it to put a high reported fee that you want, which means less suitors, or put a lower fee, which means more suitors, which means naturally, because there's more suitors, you can encourage a bidding war and the
Yeah,
fee goes up anyway.
bit tricky.
Hmm?
It's a bit tricky question.
Because to me, they're doing the smart thing. They're dropping a fee, they'll know more clubs will get interest, right?
Oh, where they can start building
Then you
building
get
it.
the bidding war because
Bidding
the
war.
fee starts out low. You get a bidding war, so you get 3, 4 clubs, whatever, come in. Now you've got 3, 4 clubs that you can go, well, say Arsenal have offered us 50 million. So you have to give us more than 50 million for us to accept your offer now.
All right,
And
then
then that
Arsenal
happens. And
goes
then
up
they
again.
go to the next club. Oh, Chelsea have offered us this. So now you've got to give us this. But there was, I think
Then
Plettenberg said that
Arsenal
West
can
Ham's
change a bit
interest
and go
there, but
up
they've not
again.
done anything with it yet.
Then
Would you say
Arsenal
so?
can outbeat Chelsea again, and then we keep going. We keep fighting over it.
Oh, please don't do this, Chelsea.
That's where it's
Please.
gonna go. Because I was like 43 million. That's a bargain. That's a steal. That's a steal.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. All right, so Stephen G. You wanna take us through these from Ben Jacob
Hmm.
today? You screenshot them. I tried to get them on the screen. So if you wanna read it for us, or if you want me to read
Yeah.
it as well. The first
I'm
one is
gonna
the
quickly get it up on my screen so it's easier for me. So we all know that Chelsea bought a part of the Stoll Foundation. Is a place for army veterans and stuff like that, right?
yeah.
But what this is saying, and I'll read it and then I'll sort of explain my understanding of what he's saying, right?
Okay.
So as you see at the top, Blueco, which is the Chelsea owners, has completed the acquisition of the Sir Oswald Stoll Mansion site, which, as I've said, is a place for military veterans and stuff like that. Chelsea FC and Stoll have worked in close consultation with the London Borough, Hammersmith, and Fulham Council. Blueco's acquisition of the 1.9-acre site precedes Stoll's agreement to acquire 128 affordable housing properties. And then we get a quote basically from the Chelsea COO, so Chief Operating Officer or something,
Yeah,
I
chief
think it
operating
is,
officer. Yeah, chief
which
operating
is
officer.
Jason Gannon. So as you'll see there now that he's zoomed in, quote reads as, "We appreciate the opportunity to work with Stoll throughout a competitive tender process, and we are pleased to help ensure those veterans that wish to remain inside the borough, Hammersmith and Fulham, will be able to do so. Our thanks go to both Stoll and the local council, whose leadership has been essential to this process." And then underneath that, you get that there's another one. So Ben Jacobs just saying that the contracts have been exchanged. The site's adjacent to Stamford Bridge. It's the site next to it. What I'll do is I'll try to remember for another stream. I'll get you like Google Maps and I'll show you what he means, because it's really easy if I just get a map. But I didn't know we were actually going to touch on this, so I didn't have it ready.
Okay.
But I'll try and have it ready for next stream, and then we can briefly touch on it at the end of the stream or something if you want.
Okay. I'll
Um,
remind you when you get there.
yeah,
Hammersmith and Fulham Council Deputy Leading Ben Coleman said, when we found out about the
plight
the plight.
about the plight of the Stoll veterans, I asked Chelsea to pause the sale until Stoll had agreed to make
Well,
no one homeless and work with the council on finding a suitable
who is
site.
Stallhead?
Huh?
Stallhead. Who are they?
Stoll had
Oh,
agreed.
Stall had. Okay, Stall had agreed.
Stoll had agreed to make no one homeless and work with the council on finding a suitable site in Fulham that kept the community together. I'm extremely grateful to Chelsea for agreeing to do so and for the way they have worked with us to find a solution that puts the interest of the veterans first. And then I think there was one more
There was one
right
more.
at the end, which was just another quote from Gannon saying that delighted to increase the footprint of Stamford Bridge, takes a significant step ensuring the long-term financial stability of the club. So, yeah, we all knew that we had basically won the site, but Chelsea obviously paused it so that we can help them find a site for all the veterans to go to. 1.9 acres. I'm pretty sure we don't have the full site,
One
so
point
I need to check. But
one point
last
nine
time I checked,
acres.
we didn't buy the full site. We bought the
Is it
majority
wearing
of
an
it.
1.9 acres? That's huge.
Yeah,
That's
it
huge.
is
Oh yeah.
very big site, but from what I remember, it
Mm.
wasn't the full site we bought. So I need to clarify some things on that.
Okay.
But yeah, last time I checked, it wasn't the full site that was up, unless things changed and we then said, "Oh, we'll help you house these," and then we'll take the whole site. I don't know.
Okay, thank you very much, Stephen G. There is a lot going on at Chelsea. You guys, if you're listening, big up to Lord Vapor Nation. Hams, I hope you're doing very well. So we still getting Europe despite that embarrassing result versus Sheffield United. Yeah, I didn't want to talk about it, so I didn't even try to even make a stream because it's so annoying to the extent that I don't want to talk about it. So, because I was gonna get into it when I said extend, and I said no. Hold on there. Hold on your peace, knee. You don't want to talk about it. Yeah, we'll move on from there. I don't know. Chelsea season, it's the worst season ever. Worst season
No, it
ever,
isn't.
ever.
Last season was the worst season ever.
Last season is pretty much the same thing, Steven.
Not really.
We
We
were
still
losing. I
have
know to
games
the
in
later
hand, so
part
we
of
can
it.
move further up the table. We've
And
been
Steven,
to
you
one
believe we can do
final.
it. You believe
We've
we
been
can
to
do it.
one final, and we're in the semi-final of the other. So,
Steven, you believe we can do it.
bro, I don't know anymore with this. You know what? I said it in my Discord
That's
survey.
what I'm saying.
I said, this is how predictable we are, yeah? The likelihood is we drop points to Everton. But then, knowing Chelsea, we'll go to the semi final and we'll go through to the final by beating Man City somehow. Because it's just typical.
They raise the level very high against these top teams, and they
But I
reduce
mean,
the
it's not
level against the
and
small
it's
teams.
not
I
a
don't
thing
get it.
of it being the young team though. That's been an issue for years. That was happening the last few years under the Roman ownership as well. Like that's not a new thing. That has been an issue for a while. It's why we've not been fighting for titles and stuff. Because if you struggle against the lesser opposition, you're dropping silly points.
Yeah, Lord said that I agreed. Me and Zion preached last season. We expect to lose every game. This game, we ain't losing every game. That's the only difference at this moment. Are we saying the players do well whenever they are under pressure? I'm confused. I think so. Whenever they are under pressure, they do well. Lord, you're right. Hams, you're right.
Let's be real, right?
They do well when under pressure, and without pressure on them, they end up making so much mistakes. But Poch hasn't helped himself either. I think he's not the right manager to win things with Chelsea. We have to find a winning manager, and I want to Zaghi. Filippo Inzaghi is rocking the Italian league. He's rocking the Italian league. Bring this man in, bring a few of a little experienced players. When I talk experience, not in age, Stephen will say in terms of number of minutes played in the highest level and even domestic competition. You have lots of games under your belt at the age you're expecting, age 24, 25, with a lot of experience. That's what I'm looking at. So, Stephen, go ahead.
Yeah. I forgot what we were saying now. Uh,
He said, is it and the players perform well under pressure, and you were gonna come up with
okay,
something.
let's be fair here, right? From what I remember, we can make an argument that we could have and potentially should have beaten Liverpool, right? If I remember rightly. We should have beaten Arsenal, but our keeper was a donkey. Yeah. I still argue that the Man City penalty against us was BS. Yeah. So we were kind of unlucky in that aspect in that game. Yeah. Liverpool second game, we got destroyed. Man U first game, we got destroyed. Yeah. The majority of the games outside of the game at Old Trafford and the game at Anfield, we deserve to get at least something from the game, if not the win. And that's not even bias. But we need to get a few players of experience, and also ideally we'll get one or two that also have leadership as well. That's why I want someone like, if we're looking at centre backs, that's why I want someone like Mark Guy. Yes, he's young, but he's been captain of Crystal Palace. Yeah, so he's got leadership. He's been a captain. He is a captain. He's played 98 or 99, heck, might even be 100 at this point. But the point is, he's played over 95 Premier League
Premier League
games.
games.
He's played over 95 Premier League games. He started all of them. He's been subbed off about 5 times.
He's been a game that I've been. I mean, Crystal Palace have lost 23 of them, and he has. I think he has a few yellow cards, which is not bad, but statistics. 90,
It's nuts though when you
93
think
Premier League.
about it though, because
It is. I think he scored 3 goals or something.
I'm gonna try and get his
I had
thing
it
up
on my
now because
screen,
I always say over 95 games played because when I last checked, it was over 95 games, but I can't remember
I
how
checked
many
it
games
yesterday,
he's played
Stephen. It
since
says
then.
93.
Huh?
Yesterday I checked. It's in 93.
Really? Could have sworn it was more. Mark Guehi in
See.
the Premier League, if I go to all seasons, he's played 95 games. He's got
95.
22 clean sheets in the 95 games. He's got 14 yellow cards.
Yeah. I mean, 14 yellow cards for 95 games. It's not that bad compared to Nicholas Jackson first season. And he's not a defender. Nicholas Jackson is an attacker. How can an attacker take that many yellow cards?
That averages out a yellow card about every 6 to 7 games, if I'm not mistaken. So every 6th or 7th game, Mark Guehi on average will get a yellow card. Which isn't exactly bad, if we're being honest.
A lot of Vapor Nation said that he should be the right manager to steady the ship. Unfortunately, the way unfortunately that may not be the case. It's not healthy with these young kids. Never healthy. I mean, you cannot manage the game very well. That's what I've seen that Mauricio Pochettino has been struggling. He's not managing the game very well. So something that we got to work on.
In the games that he's played, Crystal Palace have conceded 121 goals in the 95 games that he's played. I presume that's only in the minutes that he's been on the pitch. Otherwise, that'd be some BS stat.
Yeah.
It's not dreadful. I mean, Crystal Palace are a mid-table team. Mostly. But it's not exactly awful. That's over 1 a game, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Mid-table team. And I don't care if people want to say I'd want him back because he's Cobham and this and that, yeah. The point is that if we get him, you get someone who's experienced in the Prem, that's a leader, who's been a captain, that also knows the club and the standards that we hold at the club because they came through Cobham. Okay, now I'm on about Cobham, right? But that's not my main reason. It's more the experience that he has in the Premier League specifically. And we can look at what he's done in the Premier League because obviously we as fans of Premier League clubs are more likely to watch more Premier League games than any other league. So we have a bigger sample size, right? He also shouldn't cost a massive amount. Plus, on top of that, I think we have some sort of sell-on percentage, which would mean we're essentially paying less than what we actually give because we have that in there. So there's a few reasons in there for getting him.
Thank you very much, Stephen G. Lord Vipanition said, McGay, I'll take Tony. Who else has some experience playing in England? Apparently, guys, it's also good news there. Our own Tammy Abraham is back on the field now after
He made the
300 and
bench the other day, right?
yeah, after I think a 300 what is it 103 days or 300 and something days, he's back on the
I
field
think it was near the
playing.
beginning of the season or at
Yeah,
the end of last season. I
finished
think he
about
tore
300
something,
or
didn't
something
he? Didn't
days.
he tear one of the ligaments?
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's been out for 300 and something
I'm
days.
gonna try and rejoin. I might rejoin on my phone because either StreamYard or my laptop is bugging out. So
Okay.
just give me 2 seconds and I'll be back.
Okay. So yeah, Lord Vip Nation, I'm not sure what your thoughts are on the Nico Williams story. If you're just joining, I went through the Nico Williams story. I want to know if you heard it or if you did not hear it. I can summarize it a little bit for you. And also, I want to know what your thoughts are. Have you seen him play? Would you be interested to see him joining Chelsea? Is he a player of interest? Absolutely, he's a player of interest. And there's a very, very strong bond with Nico Williams and Chelsea. From what I read earlier on, what I was explaining to you that were listening, is Nico Williams, the Williams brothers had a very tie or relationship to Chelsea Football Club. The father have worked at Stamford Bridge before when he traveled from Spain to London. He worked at Stamford Bridge as I think a stylist. I think a stylist is what they call it. It's where they control. It's like a little traffic thing in the stadium where people go through. So I'm not so sure if you've had that news, if you had the content about it. Let me know what your thoughts are. So Stephen is here, back on the show again. Now, Stephen, I think we touch bases on these Ben Jacob tweets regarding the blue coal, the accusation and whatever they're achieving for the football club.
Acquisition, not accusation.
Acquisition, sorry, not accusation. Thank you very much. Acquisition. Then also
We've
we've
got
also
enough accusations against the club. Let's not add.
we've also talked about Nico Williams and the story behind the Williams family. We've also talked about what else we talk. Ivan Tony also. The price tag is there. It's going to create a bidding war. How to get Brentford more money, just like Steven was trying to take me through, and I couldn't get it. I was like, until later, I was like, okay, that's what he's trying to say. Yeah, they brought. I was surprised when I saw that price tag, and I was like, no. As soon as that price tag comes down, then it means that other clubs will be getting into it. But the age also, I know Chelsea have a problem with ages, players. But if Chelsea go for him, I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea go for him. Elsewhere, I think we've dissected everything. We've talked about everything, and then we should be done in the next 8 hours. I mean, 8 minutes, not 8 hours.
Hang on, I didn't agree to this.
Next 8 hours. I mean, next 8 minutes we should be done with the stream, and then we'll be back again later. So, guys, so if you're free and you're there and you're home watching along, you can tune into Blueclouds Media YouTube channel as we sit over here and waffle some commentary and waffle some decision making on the pitch. Yesterday, absolutely, what a nightmare! What a shambolic referee from Sweden. Shambolic referee from Sweden. To be honest with you, man, I saw David Raya pass the ball to what's his name again?
Gabriel.
Gabriel Magalhaes. He grabbed the ball and then he with his hands when the pass the game was going on. Well, we have Max in the show. Max. Mr.
Hey
Max.
guys, how you doing?
Mr. Max, how you doing, sir?
I'm good, thank you. How's everyone?
Oh, we're doing wonderful, Max. You doing all right?
I'm good.
No work today?
Oh, I just finished work. I'm in the kitchen. I'm being chef today.
Oh, anytime Max come on, then we have to know that there's something going on wonderful in the kitchen. The aroma is going everywhere. Mr. Max, what do you have for us today, sir?
Yeah, I was listening to the show. Good show.
Thank you very much, sir.
And there's a couple of points that I wanted to make. First of all, on Nico Williams, I didn't realise Nico Williams. You revealed something to me actually, because I didn't realise that his father used to work at the club.
Yeah.
So
he did.
Oh, right. Okay. Because I've been hearing some reports about him wanting to stay at Atletico for another season. I'm not sure how true those are, because he wants to play European football, and you know that they're probably going to get into the Champions League, and we are probably not. So, so whether we can wait for a season, as I said, reports are reports, and you always get stories coming out, so we just don't know what it is. But if there is that connection with the father, then that may work in our favour. Yeah, very good player. Obviously, there's two of them, isn't there? Anika and the brother.
Inachi.
Yeah.
One choose to play for Spain, one choose to play for Ghana.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, he's a very good player. He's the sort of creative winger we need. He can play on both flanks as well. From what I've seen of him, he likes a shot, can score from distance as well. Good crosser of the ball, and so he's somebody who I'd love to have in our club. So if we can get that one over the line, that'd be good.
Max, do you know the whole story and how they made it to London?
No, I haven't done. To be honest, I haven't done a lot of research on him. Yeah, you said his father used to work on the turnstiles or something.
Yeah, turnstile. Yeah, his father used to run the turnstile, and I think that what they did is they left Ghana on the Sahara Desert. I'm not so sure if you have much of know how the Sahara Desert is. A very, very dangerous place to go through, and you cannot go through there by yourself. You have to know people who knows the desert. A lot of people, thousands of people have died on that desert. You can get vanished by the wind. You can be covered. You can be buried alive over there. But can you imagine that his mother, Nico's mother, was carrying Nico at the time of that journey when they made that journey from there to Bilbao.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's how scary it is.
And you know what? Things like that, I like players like that who've got that sort of journey, because you know that those people whose parents had to fight for everything, and what they instill in their children, they instill that sort of fighting mentality, and so I think that builds character as well when you've got stories like that. So that's why if you look at some of the Africans we've had in the past, Drogbas and the people like that, they have a lot of pride in the way that they play, because they're not only playing for themselves, they're playing for the African community, as it were. Like Drogba was looking at the Ivory Coast with Mikel. Have you seen a lot of his podcasts that he does?
Yeah.
Where he's not only supporting himself, he's supporting a village. So they know that football has given them that opportunity, and because of that, a lot of them, you know, they, especially the ones who play for Chelsea, I could say, you look at any of the African players who've played for us in the past, and all of them, you probably be able to say, made a good account of themselves. There's not one I could say, oh, he wasn't great for us or whatever. They all gave their own. They're all sorry, and I think that's why we've got a lot of African supporters now, because of the players that we've heard from. Babiaro being the first one, I believe, as left back, and we've always had that strong bond with those type of players. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I've told Stephen a couple times that we've discussed this kind of African heritage and how important it is for football clubs to have that connection with the African continent. There's a lot of talent on that continent, lot of talent, but because of the poverty nature of it, they're not able to excel on that continent until they bust out or they leave the country to get greener pasture at somewhere. Lots of talent, and we see lots of them. The only African, go ahead.
I'll say the other thing as well is because I think one of the issues that we're having now with modern day footballers is that they get too much too soon. Because you're getting some players who are 16 and they're already on 50,000 a week. Sorry. So what is the motivation for some of those players? You know, I grew up in an era where players had to serve their apprenticeship first. They had to do things like cleaning the boots and things
Cleaning the
like that.
boots,
Yeah, so
washing
I
exactly.
jerseys.
think JT spoke on that, right?
Yes, yeah, and that was humbling, and that shaped them as well. And what it also did, 'cause I remember watching a documentary when Jody Morris was a young player at Chelsea, and one of the coaches said he wasn't particularly the best player there, but what he did when he cleaned the boots, he wasn't sloppy with it. Every part of it was spotless. So what that said to them is that this guy can be relied on the pitch, because if he's just doing a half-hearted job when it comes to such simple things, cleaning the boots, when you've got instructions on the pitch, is he going to carry those instructions out? So I think that sort of shapes and builds them as players as well as characters. See what sort of character these people are before sort of going into the first team. But now they're sort of mollycoddled and they're getting into the first team on big wages, and the motivation isn't there for some of them.
Yeah, they don't know what. It's just like someone winning the lottery. It found that it wasn't that difficult for him to make that money. So winning the lottery, intends to blow that money anyhow. But if you
Yeah,
find someone that maybe other people that struggle very hard to come up with that money, they end up protecting that money and using the money wisely. But I do understand what you're saying. Lots of these African players have struggled. They've gone through tough time to be able to make it up to the highest level playing football. But nowadays, it's not that players don't care anymore. Yeah, players don't
yeah,
care anymore. They worry so much about their brand. Now it's like more about brand, my brand, and they focus on the brand instead of their talent that made them have that brand.
yeah. A similar thing to say that you can say about the South Americans as well, because some of them have grown up in that poverty, so they know what it means to play football. And again, they are supporting their family. Remember Oscar when he left Chelsea
Yeah.
for China, and the reason he cited was, look, I've got, it's not only me, I've got to look after everyone back home. And the wages on offer there was too big to turn down. Yeah. So I just want to go and touch on the Tony situation as well. I think another reason, because he's in the last year of his contract. So next year is going to be his last year of his contract. So it devalues his market value as well,
The
because
Ivan Tony.
Ivan Toney, yeah, because they don't want a situation similar to the Raya one, where he was letting his contract run down. In the end, they loaned him out to Arsenal with an agreement of getting 13 million or something. I can't remember what the exact figures were.
It was
But
some sort of loan option, but I think it was also due to
loan
Arsenal
obligation,
and
I think it
FFP, though,
was.
wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that, and it was an obligation, not rather than an option. I can't remember what the exact fee is that they're going to be. I think it's either 20 or 30 or something like that. So with Tony, and there's two things. I said there's the fact that he's got 1 year left in his contract. I think the other thing is also that what's the point I was going to make now? The missus has come in the door and she's thrown me my next point now. It was I'll come back to it. There was a second. Oh, sorry, I got it now. Premier League clubs now are, because of the profit and sustainability thing, and the points deduction that you're seeing for the likes of your Everton's, Nottingham Forest's, etc. People are going to be more prudent in the way that they spend money, and so with Premier League clubs, they can't really go around anymore asking for £100 million for this player or that player, because clubs are going to be looking at what's happened to your likes of your Evertons, and they wouldn't want to fall into that trap, so they want to be a bit more careful with the way that they spend money. So I just believe that some of the fees are not going to be as high this summer as you saw in the past.
Thank you very much, Max, guys, Max in the building. Lord Definition said that's stone wall pain. All right, big up to you, Asma, and also Blue Board Analysis says hello, everyone. Eid Mubarak, yeah, happy Eid to all our Muslim brothers that are celebrating this. Hope you enjoy it and take it easy. Slow down because you've kept your stomach out of eating for quite a long time. So slow down with the food. You guys still got more days there. The food won't go anywhere. But anyway, celebrated. Happy Eid, happy Eid. Blue Board Analysis said, "Big up Blue Clouds Media. Big up to you to yourself, brother. I hope you and the entire family are doing well." We're discussing the story of the Nichols. If you don't know much about it, if you can visit, you can go back in the stream, beginning and even the middle of it. I did reveal some exclusives behind the story of Nico Williams and why his parents might like Nico to join Chelsea. And the parent, according to report, the father would like to see his kids wear the blue jersey on the field one day. Hope that happens because he's worked at Chelsea. He has that spirit in him. He felt like his kids need to play in a different level. Apparently also Atletico Bilbao have won the Copa del Rey for I think for how long? It's been a very, very long time since they won it, but they've won that. So that's also a plus for him. He's won a trophy. Him and his brother played the same team. They've won a trophy. But Stephen will tell you the number of games he's played as 21 years old, right, Stephen? 21 years old.
Yeah.
21, and the number of games is impressive. So yeah,
In the league
Raheem
alone.
Sterling, I don't think he'll be at the football club next season. Sterling will be leaving. Who is there to be in that? Mario Hutchison, another player, but is he ready? People are also saying that they don't believe that McGahey is good enough for Chelsea. Mark, do you believe McGahey is good enough to play in the Chelsea centre back role?
Obviously, he used to play for Chelsea before. He's a good player. I think he's a very good player. But for me, I'm looking for someone who's elite because our defence is lacking at the moment. He's what now? Is he 22 now? 23? Can't remember what his age is. He left us quite young, didn't he? How old is he? I can't remember what his age is. But because with Thiago Silva possibly moving on, I really want to see somebody with a little bit more experience because the reason we've been conceding so many goals this season is because we've got a very inexperienced backline. The most experienced, when Silva's not playing, we have Disassi at 25, I believe, is the oldest one in that backline. And as you know, with a defender reaches their peak, especially a central defender, round about the age of 26, 27. If you look at Van Dijk, he had promise when he was younger, but when he really started to come into his own, he was about 26, 27, I believe, that's when Liverpool started to take notice of him and his performances. So I just want somebody with a little bit of experience because we get a good defender who can marshal the rest of the back line, then that's it. Because if you look when Silva played with Badiashile, for instance, Badiashile looks a different player. I'm not sure with Badiashile when he came back, whether it's the injury, he's still affected by it, confidence, but I feel that having somebody with experience who can show you where to go, to drop back, to get in position, to stay in line, whatever, those sort of instructions are invaluable for a young defender. So I know that Mark Guay is captain at Crystal Palace, so sometimes maybe you've got that leadership at a young age, because John Terry had that leadership when he was about 23, 24. Yeah. So to be honest, I haven't watched a lot of Crystal Palace this season, although they're my local team and I'm a 15-minute walk away from them. I still don't really watch them as such. So I've only seen them when they've played against us and some odd games on TV. So I don't really know what he's like at marshalling the defence. So I'll need to do a bit more homework on him. From the time he was at Chelsea, though, I thought he was a very good player, very accomplished, he was comfortable, playing from out the back as well. I think he's 2-footed. But my only other concern, he's not the tallest, is he? From what I remember, he was what, 6 foot or something.
Yeah, but isn't Silver only about 6 foot, 6'1"?
Yeah, I know that, but we are lacking height in the team. That's why we keep conceding goals. From
But the thing is, we all do this, me included. Yeah, we go, oh, this guy's tall. But the issue is, if you've got someone who's 2-3 inches shorter but can out jump you by about the same amount, it don't matter.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that as well. Because
Like,
Silver's
I'm
good
just
to hear
saying,
because of his
I've
league.
done that as well, and I've
yeah,
sort of
and
thought about it.
even
I've gone, realistically, you get players who are like, I
Yeah,
don't know,
Van Shield, for instance, he's 6'3"
yeah,
and he
against
can't
someone
jump.
who's 5'10", but the
Yeah.
guy who's 5'10" might be able to out jump you by about 4 inches. Like,
Yeah, Ivan Toney's good in there, and Osherman's excellent. Did you see that leap the other day when he?
when he could have ended up like when Superman could have landed on his head.
Yeah, so I do hear you on that one. Yeah, so
it's only that I'm guilty of it myself as well. So I was like,
yeah. That's a good point.
Max, do you think that could be the reason why Madsen was being sent away to Dortmund because he doesn't have the height?
That is the reason. That's the only reason, because
even I said that ages ago as well.
Yeah, that's the only reason that he's not playing for us at the moment, because he's more than capable of filling that slot.
Right.
Pochettino likes big players. He's always liked big players. You know, you can look at all the teams that he's managed before. Tottenham had Vertonghen, who was a tall player. He had Wanyama, who's huge. Same as what's the guy in the midfield? What's his name? Belgian guy. He used to dribble past everybody.
Hazard?
No, the Belgian midfield.
Oh, I know him. Are you talking about Charlie Mosonda?
Dembele. Musa
Dembele.
Musa Dembele.
Musa
The guy
Dembele.
played in the middle for them. And he also, people. So all his sides are quite physical and big. And that's why I think he was playing Cole Palmer not Cole Palmer, Colwell, Levi Colwell as a left back, because and when Ugo Chukwu was fit, he used to play him in games, because if you look at some of the interviews from Pochettino, he's always said about the lack of height in the team. And he's even saying that now. We are the third smallest team, I believe, in the Premier League.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what made me laugh, as you're on about height? I saw someone complaining, they put something up and they're like, oh, Mudryk, like, you lot defend him and all this, but he's not winning this header and that header. They're on about the header where Brentford ended up like having the ball bounce around to get the equaliser late on the edge of the box, and they're on about the header against Van Dijk. Man's about 5'7". What do you want him to do?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this zonal marking, to be honest.
Bro, I get hybrid, zonal, all that, but don't have your short players marking like, seriously. Actually, no, don't have your short players on the zones, because that's what we did against Liverpool.
Exactly.
Van Dijk scored.
Exactly.
We had Mudryk on the zone, which is dumb, because then, like, at least if he was marking man to man, he can get a bit of momentum. So he might be able to jump that little bit higher and sort of disrupt. But if you've got him just standing still, you've got no chance.
Yeah, there's a couple of things I'm uncomfortable about. As you said, having someone a bit taller there. And because of our thing, I think we should have somebody on that. The amount of goals we've conceded by not having anyone on that far post as well. And
thank you very much, Max and Stevie
Just
G.
quickly, right?
We got
the only thing I want to quickly add is, do you remember, if I'm not mistaken, he said something about we don't need a set piece coach.
Yes.
Bro, a lot of the goals we concede are from set pieces. Like, how are you that blind that you've gone, don't need it, mate?
And what
Yeah.
makes him think that we don't need a set piece goal? He's a defender, and he was a top defender in his days. Chelsea are not keeping clean sheet. We're conceding
Hard
the
defense
amount
from
of
Poch,
goals
come
we've
on.
conceded is pretty much tally the amount of goals we scored. That is not good enough for a team that want to challenge in the highest level. So just like I said, let me read some few comments. We got Mark joining in the show. Big up to you, Asma. Asma, I know you're enjoying your food. Enjoy it, brother. Enjoy it. Big up to I Want to love you forever. She said the big up to Nizion, the panelists and everyone in the chat. I wish yeah all the best day. Hopefully everything goes on well. I think that's what she means. It says 5 goals on well. Nico is a good player, and 50 million is a steal. But what are we going to do with these young players we bought? That's a question for Matsma. And for me, going to experience a defender will go. Is it Hermoso? Hermoso play for Atletico Madrid, same club.
I
I
we've
think
been
Chelsea,
linked with him at
Chelsea
one
looking,
point.
yeah. Chelsea down, big up to man like down himself in the building. So Blueclouds Media, have you heard the news on Inzaghi, bro? What happened to the link? I want you to tell me the news about Inzaghi. I haven't heard much about Inzaghi. I know he's killing the league in Italy, and I want Inzaghi in my football club. But Max will end the show with a few of Mauricio Pochettino's setback team. Is he the guy for the future? Max will tell us a little bit about it. But before we go to Max, let me get to Dan. Dan, can you give us the news? Let me see your face, Dan.
You can see me.
Yeah, I see you now. Yeah, Dan, what's going on with Inzaghi? Tell us.
Apparently today there's been some news about they're really interested in Inzaghi for the summer. They're liking in the moves of what he's doing in Italy, and they're talking about the contract. Pochettino's going to stay in this end of the season, as we knew that, but they're looking for the fest to get Inzaghi in. That's what apparently all sources said on Twitter.
Where's the source coming from? Which of the sources on Twitter? Give us a little bit.
CFC Carefree and Austin came out on Sky Sports today talking about it.
Is it David Oyston?
Yeah, come out on Sky Sports and said about it.
Big up, Dan. Nice seeing you, mate.
Big up, Max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David
thank you, Dan.
said it, did he? If David Ornstein said it, then I've been busy working today. I haven't really had a look at Twitter. But if it's come from Ornstein, then it's usually
credible.
one of the more reliable.
If it's come from Ornstein, it's credible and there's something to it.
Yeah, very, very credible.
There's been reports that Todd Bowling and Barley's had the word with Inzaghi. But do we really want Inzaghi? Do we really? Any day, yes, he might be doing things in Italy, but can he project the dice of this young talent what we've got in our squad? Are they going to willing to give him the Spence cap and willing to let him do his own thing and buy his own players what he wants for Chelsea Football Club?
Yeah,
to be honest, guys,
I haven't really. All right, go ahead. Let me drop this just a second. This what I see. It's not all about Mauricio Pochettino and I being able to do the job. One, if you have a manager like Mauricio Pochettino, show me your CV before you can push me to do something. Inzaghi can show his CV. Inzaghi has won it on the pitch many times. Inzaghi have done it in the highest level. He's still doing it. But Mauricio Pochettino, what have you done?
But then, can I just come in for that for a second, then, Lee? You're talking about Mauricio Pochettino, what he's done for a club. What players has he actually banged for the club? What's his own players? Who has he bought in his own since he's been at Chelsea? He hasn't bought no one. So how can we disregard Pochettino for bringing in his own players in this summer? They were talking about him being in charge of January to buy some players in. So who came to January transfer market? Who did he actually buy? No one. Todd Bowling and everybody flew him out to gave out Broja and he never got a replacement.
Dan,
so we can't blame on
that shouldn't be a good excuse for how badly we're conceding goals and how badly we're losing games. A good manager of Mauricio Pochettino should be able to get certain games and get all 3 points. The game like Burnley, there's no way you can tell them that these players cannot win a game against Burnley. Everyone is scoring, banging in goals against Burnley. 5, 6, 7 goals. And Chelsea cannot even save themselves.
I
You get
agree
what I'm
what you're
saying?
saying. I agree what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree what you're saying. But these not his players, Nee.
It don't matter. What is he going to do?
And the situation is,
It doesn't matter.
He came out and said half of these players ain't good enough for Chelsea Football Club.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
No, ain't a lie.
That's a lie.
It's not no lie. He did say that.
Here's one thing though, Dan. Last season, would you say that Emery came in and he didn't have any players at all when he went to Aston Villa, but you could see a marked improvement within about 3 or 4 weeks with players that weren't his.
Yeah, but they've got experience in the team, Max. We haven't got that. We've only got Reece James, who's out injured, who's useless. He's meant to be our main captain. We've got Ben Chilwell, who's out injured, right? We have Raheem Sterling, and we have Thiago Silva. They're the only most reliable experience in our team. We have the youngest squad in our club that Modric is not good, right? You've got Nuno Madueke, he does bits and bobs now and again. He ain't a real quality player. He's a mid-average player, like a championship. Enzo Caicedo in the pivot in the midfield are terrible, right? They're just not good enough. The situation this year, we could talk about Emre Amani for Aston Villa, where he's got experience in that team. He's got McQuinn, who's experienced. He's got the goalkeeper who won the World Cup. I can't remember, Martinez, who's experienced. He also has a lot of centre backs and right backs and all that who's got experience. Ollie Watkins is an experienced player. We can't make an excuse for Imran Emery saying, oh, because it's last season what he's done with Aston Villa. He had experience in that team, yeah? And he brought in, and after that, he brought in players that world class will adapt to the players' abilities, performance. Us Chelsea, right, with Pochettino, he came in, right? He said that the team is unmature. And in fact, our team are unmature. They're not grown up yet. And we've got some players that ain't got capability to beat like Burnley's or Sheffield United's or yes, this is what we were talking about the other night, Max. Yeah, when Pochettino was at Southampton and Tottenham, he only shows up big games. I agree. He shows up big games and does well against big clubs and does it. Yeah, but when it comes to low category teams, he feels like it's like a falling off category. What he did it with Tottenham. He would play against big teams when he was at Tottenham. Did so well against big teams.
So hold on,
low teams.
Dan, you're confusing yourself. You're contradicting
I'm not
yourself.
confusing.
No, hold on. Let me tell you why I'm saying that. You said it's the players that have so much inexperience. Now you're going to the manager. So where is the problem right now? I'm telling you, there are good players on the pitch. Hold on a second. There are good players on the pitch that can win games. Certain games that we're losing, it's not just certain games that we're losing. We cannot lose those games. Chelsea cannot lose those games against Sheffield United, against Burnley, against certain teams at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea shouldn't lose those games. And I'm telling the manager is not good enough.
What I'm trying, I'm not confusing myself.
Only Watkins, you said experience. Only Watkins have done it 2 seasons. Last season, it was under the manager Unai Emery. That has got him playing so well.
Nima, but what I'm trying to say is,
why can't Mauricio Pochettino get these players to play well?
Right, can I look? What I'm trying to say.
Yeah, go ahead, and Max can come in, then we can wrap up. Go ahead. Max can come in.
When he had a Tottenham, he had a world-class team experience. When he had Southampton, he had experience. The team what he's at Chelsea, he hasn't got a lot of experience. He's got mid-average players, crap, rubbish in the team, right? So you're going to expect this season for Pochettino do some good games and do some crap games. The thing is, our players like Modric, right, it's not good enough, right? Nuno Madueke, yeah, it's not good enough, right? Jackson, it's not good enough, right? You have Enzo, it runs like a slug, yeah? He's not good enough, right? You got Conor Gallagher's probably been the best midfield out of Enzo and Caicedo in that pivot, yeah?
He's not
Because
good
he
enough.
tracks back. He wins the balls at interceptions, and that's what a player, Conor Gallagher, will do. But we're not saying that Conor Gallagher is good player, is a class player, because he's not. Yeah, he's doing what he should do on the pitch. These like Badiashili's egg and disaster. Yeah, right. All that we've got Cole Palmer and we've got man like Gusto, are probably the best players are showing they're proven on the pitch. Right? You have like these players ain't good enough. Raheem Sterling, people slag Raheem Sterling. What pisses my friends, sorry, but the thing is that it does my head in. Yes, he might not doing what he's doing because he's probably fed up the way he gives people these lot of chances, and they don't finish them. But the situation is, yeah, the club's in a white confo mess. Yeah, what I'm saying is, Neil, right? You can't blame Pochettino. He's not the one who controls the players on the pitch. He's the one who picks the players to go on the pitch to see what they can do. And we've had a lot of injuries. It's no excuse. Man United's had injuries. Liverpool's had injuries. Christ's sakes, man, Newcastle's have had injuries. Yeah, there's a lot of teams had a lot of injuries, right? But yeah, we could say we've been the top club. The worst has had it. It's no excuse. You still got a good round team out there. Yeah,
Yeah.
you go out and beat Man United 4-3. Sorry, mate, it was in our chat, but I have to say, Ollie Ultraver's falling down. But the situation, yeah, Man United are crap. You should be beating Man United. They're in the same boat as Chelsea Football Club, right? So any day you're going to beat Man United because they're rubbish. But if you can't beat like a 10-man Burnley or Sheffield United, you after the game you lot started celebrating like you thought you won the Champions League against Man United. Man United are crap. They're the same scenario, boat crisis, or at Chelsea Football Club for a minute. So we should be expected beating Man United. Yes, we drew against Man City, but we haven't beaten them, and we got them in the FA Cup. We might get dominated by them. The situation, Pochettino has came out and said they're not mature enough to be winning talents, and it's true. We're not that, and it's going to be, and we're far off. So, any day, if Pochettino brings his own players, will we see the bell? We probably would. But how do we know now? Because Pochettino hasn't even bought his own players. And if he gets sacked next year, I don't want actually Pochettino getting sacked next year. Let him bring his players in. Let him get the confidence of what top bone in their body. Let him bring his players in and let him what he see next summer. If he brings his own players and we does the same scenario this next season, then yeah, sack him after that. But for a minute, yeah, you could not blame Poch for what the mess crisis at Chelsea Football Club. I'm sorry.
Okay. Thank you very much. Max. Max is still there. Let's see what.
Um,
Sorry, Max. I forgot Scala was in there. Scala, sorry.
there we
Max,
go.
in a second, please. Scala,
Okay.
welcome back to the show. I forgot you were down there patiently waiting to say something. Go ahead, Scala.
Yeah, I was just listening to you guys talk about your club, and whatever you're talking about, it's very resonant to the fact that I'm a United fan, and I can't disagree. I just relate to whatever you guys saying with my club as well. I mean, we've got. I'd rather be in the position of Chelsea than be at United, because I mean, I can at least name you 5 players from your club who I'll take in a flash, but you cannot name even 3 players from my team who you will take. So you rather be in your position than United, because I've told you many times on the stream that United are a bit of a fraud club. Like, we don't play well, but as you saw against even you guys, we've got that one moment in us, where we can go from 2-0 to 3-2. And same goes for you guys. You just never know what Chelsea or United are going to turn up against. Even if like you beat us, then you can't beat a 10-man Burnley. I mean, it's the big problem with Chelsea is they lower themselves to the opposition's level. There is just no consistency with your squad. I mean, I was listening to this Enzo guy talk about the same thing. Like, he loves the club and all that, and he wants to be like, build the future and all that stuff. So I think Pochettino. I think he will. He should get one more season. I think this season you guys bought lots of players. All of them are young players, so you have to expect inconsistency. I don't think you can expect players like Madueke and all these people to even Cole Palmer. Like this guy came from Man City and he's your player of the season. So that's very I feel like you're overachieving in some aspects. The experienced players, so-called experienced players, are letting the club down. So I think he needs to get one more season. I mean, obviously, you guys know better about your club than me, like what players you need. But I do agree, you need a bit of experience in there because Thiago Silva, let's be honest, he's up, he's finished. You need someone with experience, and I don't know who you'll get, but you need a striker as well because Jackson, he's not really a striker. So you guys don't really have lots of issues, in my opinion, but you have some issues which you can fix. Unlike United, we are in a completely different mud. So, yeah, man, I just feel like Chelsea, they are in a better position in the upcoming season. You got to you got to one cup final. I mean, that you should have won. And I mean, there have been some good results, but when you look at the league table, it just, you cannot justify it. Sometimes you have to see, like, the amount of money spent to the results, considering injuries as well. I mean, Tottenham are in the same boat. Like Ange Postecoglou, that guy had no centre backs for 2 months. He was playing four fullbacks in his defense, and he's still in the top four race. So how is, like, it doesn't make sense. So I do agree with your point when you say that Pochettino, he has to get a bit more from his players, even with the likes of Sterling.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, let's see what happens to you guys next season. I expect you guys to come back very hard. And yeah, I mean, that's just the Chelsea thing. You guys are very awful one year, and then the next year you'll win a Champions League. Then you'll go back to 8th. Yeah, man, that's Chelsea in a nutshell.
Inconsistency, even winning trophy. Thank you very much, Scala. Scala, Manchester United supporter, top guy. Blue Bot said us securing the top 4 position with an average spare squad for 4 years consecutive. 4 consecutive years. Everyone is applauding Villa and Unai Emery, the man himself, for what Unai Emery is achieving with Villa. It's a mirror. Villa mirror what Poch did over 4 sustained years. So that's how Blue Bot analysis see the whole thing. Todd is asking now, who does it play for? Nico plays for Atletico Bilbao, but he's been linked to join Chelsea apparently. So that's what is going on now. Blue Bot think that Pochettino is a magician. Let's see what he can do. Dan think he need one more season at Chelsea FC. Sometimes I do think he does. Sometimes I do think he doesn't. Let's go over to Max and let's see how Max can conclude this whole issue with us. Max.
Okay, I do have sympathy for Poch. Yeah, he's been. First of all, I don't think he was the right man for the job. At the time, I said, okay, maybe you can get a song out of these young players. But in hindsight, you're looking at it now, all these players don't suit the way that he likes to play. I mentioned some players earlier, like Dembele and Wanyama and people like that. Those are the sort of players he likes. The sort of football he likes to play is that fast, rock and roll type football, similar to Klopp sort of thing, not possession-based type football. And so what he's got a side which he is not adaptable to the way that he likes to play football. But the reason why I'm saying some of it has to go on Poch is because what he hasn't done is adapt to the players that he has at his disposal. He's trying to play the same sort of football with players who are not adequate to play in this particular system. If you look at when Thomas Tuchel came to Chelsea, he looked at the side, he assessed the side, and he said, look, this isn't a 4-3-3 side. I need protection for Thiago Silva. I need to get the best out of Rudiger. Because if you looked at people like Rudiger, I was one of those guys who was saying, get this bum out of our club, because he was awful. I remember one game against West Ham where he showed Antonio in the inside or something basic defending he did, and I was thieving. But then all you need is a good manager who comes in, assesses the squad, and sees the system to get the best out of the players. And everyone was crying when Rudiger left. The manager gave him confidence. He allowed him to play in a system that made him thrive. And you saw that with other players in the club as well. So these players who Lampard wasn't really getting a tune out of, because we were 8th or 9th at the time, he's come in, won the Champions League for us, moved us up into 4th place that year, and he got us another top 4 finish the season after. So I think Pochettino, what he should have done is found a system which got the best out of these players. And he's had over 7-8 months. We're now in the last month of the season with 9 games left yet, and we're still seeing the same sort of mistakes. We can't defend set pieces. There's so many gaps in the midfield. We played Man United the other day. It was like a basketball game. There was no tactics at all. It was just like you attack, we attack, you attack, we attack, and that's how a lot of our games are. We're too easy to play against. We're too easy to score against. Look at some of these other managers what they do. If you find your team leaking goals, they shore up the defence. They probably play a lower block, or they do something to plug the gaps. But we are doing exactly the same thing week in, week out. And so that's why I'm saying that some of it has to go on the manager as well. He's got to take responsibility. Injuries aside, not getting the players he wants, I get that. But good managers adapt. Yeah, that's what I've got to say on the matter.
Thank you very much. It's like a 50-50. Some on players and some of the manager. I think that the manager hasn't helped himself in so many ways. Dan, I understand how you feel. You even just said it. Some is on the manager. Some of the players are not good enough, and some of the the results also coming from the manager in games that we think that we have to control the game. I believe that in-game management is what Mauricio Pochettino is lacking. He's not be able to get to manage his players very well, because there are games that we take over the game, but then we concede unnecessary changes. Also, some of these changes hasn't been spot on, but some also has been spot on. Let's go to Scala if you want to add.
I just want to ask Max a quick question.
Yeah, guys, please let me say this real quick. Guys, don't forget to drop a like on the video. I know sometimes we do forget when we come on. It's very important. It helps the channel a lot. So if you haven't dropped a like on the video or subscribe to this platform, please do me a favor. Do that for me. It'll help the channel. Thanks, Nee. Okay. Also, I'll be back for the watch along right after the stream. I'll be back in the half an hour time to do a watch along on the European Champions League game coming up. Barcelona and PSG will be the main game that we'll be focusing on. So, Dan, go ahead, Dan.
Yeah. Please smash that like button to my boy Nee, man. Yeah. So, Max, I'm gonna ask you a quick question for you. Yeah. Right. Since the pre-season, we had like Nkunku, Carney, Chumakrak, all the players were fully fit, and everyone was liking the ticky-tacky football what Pochettino was doing in the pre-season, saying, "Oh yeah, this is going to be a good season." Because I remember all the fans were like hyping up and saying how good, and then we got a draw. Then suddenly Nkunku got injured from after the Dortmund game, and then he was out for the Premier League, and that's what ruined Pochettino's system. Do you think that the season when it started, do you think the system of the Nkunku, because if you actually look at it, did we actually have our main best 11 out the way we played this season, or do you think it's just that the manager's not? It was because the players what we had are young, right? But basically, what I'm trying to say is that they're young, right?
Yeah.
Do you think we would have been that bad if we had Nkunku, if he wasn't injured? Do you think we'll be where we are, or would you think if we had Nkunku and Lavia in that team and our first main 11, like Reece James fully fit, all these like fit for the whole season, do you think we'll be where we are now, or do you think we'll be in that top 4?
Obviously, we won't be where we are now. That's obvious. Yeah, and I've said that injuries have played a part, but good managers find a way. If you look at Klopp this season, Klopp was without a lot of players. You only have to look at the League Cup game against us. They found a way because, and what another thing which I don't like, what Poch hasn't done is trust some of the younger players. When I say younger players, the other day we had who's the right back, the young right back kid we had on the bench.
Gilchrist.
Gilchrist.
Alfie
No,
Gilchrist.
not Gilchrist. He's more of the centre defender. There's another
Right back.
Appleton or something. I can't remember his name. But we had someone he's been doing quite well in the youth setup. So, and he would have given us that whip we needed.
A Champon.
Yeah, a tampon. That's
A
it.
Champon. Yeah, another Ghanaian. Yeah.
Yeah, Champon. Yeah.
The thing is, we're playing Sheffield United. He's conceded 70 goals. So so why don't we do what Klopp does? Klopp didn't care. He put in Conor Bradley. He was a kid. He put him in. Why? Because if he played somebody else in that position, his system falls apart. So he's putting in a player who plays in that position rather than playing somebody out of position. And we've got, I don't know, from what I've seen of Washington, he's a striker. Okay, give him some games. It's better than him playing than maybe putting a false nine up when you want a goal or something like that. Put players in who are in their rightful positions. Bring on that striker if you're looking for a goal. What's the point of having him on the bench if you're not going to play him when you need a goal? It's just things like that. I like him to be a bit braver in his decision making as well.
Well, do you think could you think of that as like a lack of trust though?
You ain't got nothing to lose because it's not working with some of the other players. So try something different sometimes. Just give it a go. You wouldn't know. You won't know until when Trent Alexander came into the Liverpool team. They had an injury crisis. Klopp, and that's when I think when Trent was playing, Liverpool weren't like world beaters like they are now. But Klopp gave him a chance, and by giving him a chance, he took that opportunity, and he is a player what he is now. He wouldn't have if we thought, oh, don't risk it. Let's not risk it by putting him in. Then you wouldn't know. So he's done that with a few of players. So I just want to see a bit of more bravery in okay, when circumstances are against you, sometimes you need to take that chance rather than just putting in players who are more household names rather than playing somebody a bit younger and inexperienced.
Right. All said and done. Let's just a few words from Scala. Scala, is there any new development update on United side?
Sorry, I've got to run now, guys. It's been nice.
We're even about to wrap up. So anyway, thank you very much, Max, for joining us here. We'll catch you up another time. Thank you. Take care. All right. Scala.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that Jason Wilcox guy, he's coming in, and we expect Dan Ashworth to follow. And when you look at the structure now, Dan Ashworth, Omar Barada, and Jason Wilcox, that's a pretty good-looking trio because all of these three people, they are very experienced in what they have done, especially Omar Barada. When you work at Man City, he wanted to be the CEO, but obviously because they have the at Pep's guy, I think it is, I can't pronounce his name, but they were not willing to give his position to him. So that's why he chose United because there was a vacant position because we kicked out Ed Woodward. So now that and that guy is also gone, John Murter. So the clown circus, both we are getting rid of. So yeah, that's the big update, and obviously we are looking to do a fire sale. I mean, because let's be honest, United are not going to get Champions League, which means our budget is going to be 100 million without sales. So we need to raise money, and they are looking to do some high-profile sales, which includes players like Rafael Varane, which is a shame because he's our best centre-back. And, unfortunately, no one is going to pay that kind of money for Maguire because that guy You cannot, and no club will give even 40 million for Harry Maguire. So it is what it is. And with United, that's the big news, man. We are, I mean, look, we
I
are
hear that
playing.
great. I hear that Graham Potter's coming in the summer. Is that? What's your thoughts on that? Are you happy about that, or are you?
Yeah, I mean, Graham Potter, he has rejected Ajax. I mean, he is one person on the list because I think he has some kind of close relations with Dan Ashworth because they were together at Brighton. So
Okay.
I think there's some link there, but I don't think we are going in for Potter. I'm not really sure like who United
Because
are targeting.
that Wycliffe's been having interviews with him, isn't he?
Who?
Rick
Then Ashford,
Wycliffe.
then Ashford and Porter.
Yeah,
Yeah. They were
Wycliffe.
together at
They've been
Brighton.
having they're having meetings, and he really likes Potter, and he wants to bring him in the summer.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think Potter has decided what he wants to do because he has like opportunities coming from international jobs as well. Like obviously because he has worked in Sweden, the Sweden job that's open to him as well. They have offered him a contract. He obviously got rejected by Ajax, and there are a couple other managers as well. I mean, if you look what Real Betis are doing this season, that manager he's highly touted, and Potter could replace him if he goes. So yeah, I don't think Potter will be our choice because obviously, first of all, he's just got sacked by Chelsea, and I don't think we are going. We don't want that kind of a profile, especially under a new ownership. And I mean, look, again, right now we don't even know what's future with Ten Hag. Pretty everything I told you like depends totally now because we are not getting Champions League. Let's be honest, we are not getting it, and everything just depends on that FA Cup run. I mean, if you guys don't fail to beat Man City, I think that's pretty much Ten Hag sacked because we are not beating Man City at the FA Cup. We couldn't even beat them to stop the treble. At least with Chelsea, I can at least hope that even though the last time we played you in the FA Cup, you beat us in 2018
Mhm.
with Eden Hazard scoring that goal. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it with United. The administrative sides of the things, those are the major updates. And if you care, our Conor Gallagher is injured, so out of the blue. I mean, when I mention Conor Gallagher, I talk about Scott McTominay. I just see them as the same players. So yeah, man, that's
I
it's
think
just
it's going to be
story.
a tough game for Man United against Coventry because Coventry are a good side. Like
Yeah, yeah,
because you parked the bus against Newport, like the
yeah,
Conference League team, and Newport, you gave Newport 14 chances. That's embarrassing
yep,
for the club. But that's like I mean, like Chelsea and Man United, we have to agree they are in the mud. They're both in the crisis. But the thing with your points where you've got like from the start of the season, you've been very lucky scraping the
yeah,
results, like and VAR helped you out with like the Wolverhampton first game of the
yep.
season. 09 should have been sent off and they should have had a penalty. And you've had a couple of lucky escapes from VAR. So it is a tricky one for Man United. Like, yeah, you've had a few injuries yourself. Casemiro don't look the same. The way I watched him
Yeah,
play
yeah.
for Liverpool and Chelsea, he's just not good enough now.
What's
He's
the
just
sense of even bringing in Amrabat? What's the sense of
yeah,
bringing
I'm
him in?
about yeah, I'm about
Yeah, Amrabat. I mean, look,
because
that's
he ain't
another
getting played
player.
now, is he? He's not getting played now.
Yeah,
So
we have a 10 million. We gave Fiorentina 10 million loan fee for a player who he doesn't even start. He doesn't even consider as an option because obviously Kobe Mainu he has come through, and Bruno he never subs, and Casemiro has to play because we don't have a CDM. And then there is this whole thing with Mason Mount because Mason Mount, again, I really question that signing because he has no position in the
oh,
team. So yeah, man. I mean, at least with Chelsea, you can give the excuse that this is Potter's first season, Pochettino's first season. You have guys have lots of injuries, and blah blah blah. But you cannot say that with United. We have spent 400 million. So yeah, man. Different.
and you've had Ten Hag for 2 seasons now.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, two
yeah.
seasons.
I mean, Ten Hag need to do much better. He need to do much better, at least fighting for top four. But it looks the top four looks shaky for United. So, guys, this is where we're gonna drop the curtains. I've had like Dan and Chelsea down in the building. Good today. It's been much better than any other previous stream. Great guy.
I'm
Scala
always
too,
better. What are you
as
on
usual.
about? Yeah, I'm always better.
Scala
When
too,
people
as
talk,
usual.
but when people talk over me, yeah, and don't let me land,
Yeah.
I ain't going to finish my sentence, innit? When people talk over me, then it's just going to be hard. But I was always gone in here, 007. I was going to say 007 lad, but the thing is, like, hopefully, if Pochettino does stay one more, I
Dan,
want his
let's
owners
land over
to
here.
get
We'll
the
be
player.
back again. Dan, you know we have a watch along here like we did yesterday.
Oh, you doing a
Yeah.
watch long, are you?
Yes,
PSG,
doing watch
who is
along. I
it?
got a stream going already, and we'll be back again for that watch along.
Who's playing against?
We're doing the PSG and then the Barcelona one.
Oh, yeah, I might watch that. You know,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
and don't forget to like the stream when you see the stream going.
I always do, bro. I
Yeah,
always do.
I know you do. Some of it did not do.
Like,
DJ Sab did
when,
not do it.
yeah,
He came on.
DJ
He
Stab
earlier
then.
on, I think he saw the stream and then he commented, but he forgot to like it because the
Oh,
two likes. The 2 likes that I have on it beginning was my own like from
Well,
2
we
accounts.
got. You know what we're gonna have to do when he comes on? Crash him.
Yeah, I
We're
will.
gonna have to crash him for waffling for not liking that thing because like, every single time you do a stream,
Yeah.
soon I come in, I like it, and also that percent thing what you always do, I always click that on all.
Right. All right,
But
Dan.
before
I'll see
you
you in a
end
few
it quick,
minutes.
if before you go quick, yeah, Nico
Yeah.
Williams, hell no, don't want him at the club.
Why?
Hell no,
Why?
no.
Okay. We'll
I've
talk
seen
about
it. We'll talk about it next tomorrow. Right? We'll
Ryan
talk about it.
Sterling's not going to be there. You need someone, else to come in. Who's
Oh,
going to
well,
bring in?
no, Steve Sterling's staying.
Sterling's not staying.
He's
Dan.
staying.
Okay.
Whoever's telling you that he's not, he's leaving in the summer. He's not. He's staying.
Okay.
All right. We'll put some money on that, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll talk about it tomorrow. But
All right.
I'll let you go. But everyone, please smash the like button and subscribe to my boy. Big up, Steve. I'll see you at the PSG game.
Right. I'll see you soon.
All right. Stay, bro. Stay safe.
All right, you too. Bye. Done. Guys, thank you very much. Any one of you, each one of you that joined the stream today, much love to you. We'll be back again in just a few minutes time for a watch along for the big game, PSG and Barcelona. Thank you for I12 to love you, Todd Labor. Thank you to Blueboard Analysis, Chelsea Town himself. I miss the Asma himself who came on. Asma came on. We have Lord Vipper Nation who came on also to join the platform. The Saski Guna. Much love to you, Stephen G himself, DJ South, the father of the channel. Leo Desperano, guys, I always say hang on to hope. We'll see you guys in the next stream. Bye for now.